Sophia from Hidden Gem, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I am going to talk about how the goal of online dating is to get offline. Enough said in a lot of ways. Doesn't that make sense to everybody? But you'd be surprised how often people drag out conversations online for days, weeks, months, when plans should have been made to meet in person long before all of that. The goal of your online dating profile is to get a conversation started, and then the goal of online dating is to get offline and to meet in person and to create the organic experience that everybody says they want. So why drag it out? Just get to it. Online dating doesn't actually mean date online. Everybody is there for the same reason. There's no underlying, like, what does he want? What does she want? You guys are all there for the same reason. You all want to go out and meet new people. That's the point of it. And then the first step is to start that conversation. So you send a message to somebody, they write you back, and then you go back and forth a little bit, and then you plan that date. And I know it can be a little tricky, and you're walking on eggshells a little bit because you're not sure when the right time is. But what I like to say, a good rule of thumb is a few back and forth exchanges or a day or two, and then just do it. Plan the date and make time to go out with somebody. Now, you don't want to start off the conversation with, let's go out. I've had that happen to me. Like, I see that somebody's messaged me, I open up the message, and it says, hey, would you like to get a drink sometime? Do you want to know my name first? You know, I need a little bit of back and forth to earn, you know, some comfort level with that person, and so that they can earn some comfort level with me too. Because even if you are the person reaching out first, you don't know what's going to happen on the other end of that message. You don't really know this person. You're taking a chance. You do want some exchanges back and forth to kind of get a groove and get an idea of, you know, if this is somebody that you want to have more conversation with in person. Now, you can ask somebody out on the first day you start messaging with each other if there's a really good back and forth going on. Oftentimes with text messages, you know, if they start early in the day and you kind of going back and forth here and there throughout the day, yeah, by the end of the day, just say, hey, I had a great time texting with you today. Do you want to take this offline and meet out somewhere? That's it. That's all you have to do. Now, if you know, you're emailing somebody and then they don't respond to the next day, and then you respond, and then, you know, they respond next day after that, then yeah, maybe on the third, fourth day tops, bring up going out. If you're getting close to the weekend and you know you already have plans, so you don't want to ask somebody to meet in person because you know you can't go out with them over the weekend, ask them anyway and make the plans for the following week. Don't drag out the messaging with somebody just because you can't make a date right away. Say, hey, I've really had a great time talking to you, you know, over email, over text. I would really like to meet you in person. I'm busy this weekend, but if you have time next week, let's go out then. It's really that simple. Again, everybody is there online dating to meet somebody and to go out with people. That's the whole point. So I have a quick story of mine to share, and I also have a quick story that I can share about a friend of mine where we were both in situations where we were talking to somebody and OMG, when is this guy gonna ask me out? Now, to touch real quick, I don't want to get into gender role arguments, but guys, ask her out. Women like men who take the initiative and take the lead and asking a woman out. Now, ladies, don't play games. Let the guy sit on it for a day or two. If they ask you out, respond. Respond as soon as you can, and respond with enthusiasm. They're taking a chance by asking you out, and if it's a positive answer, then let them know. If it's a negative answer, let them know. Don't keep them guessing. Don't keep them wondering. That's not fair. If you want a man who takes initiative and lead like I do, then I'm going to appreciate that and respect that, and in return, I'm going to give a positive response. You know, some sort of validation for them doing that, because it's gutsy. It's not easy to do, and I appreciate that, and I know that, and I respect that, and I'm grateful that I'm talking to a guy who's putting himself out there and asking me out. Again, it's not that it's bad for the ladies to take initiative, and actually I'll bring that up when I talk about my friend's story. I never do it. I always wait for the guy to ask me out. I remember it was close to Christmas, so things were slow. I wasn't talking to anybody else at the time. You know, everybody's busy with holiday stuff coming up, but I started talking to this guy on Match.com, you know, via email. And I remember like the first message I got from him, I was super excited because I had seen him on there and I was really interested. I found him attractive, I liked his profile, and he looked like cute and fun and somebody who I could easily get along with. And he messaged me and I was like, yay! And so, you know, we go back and forth, and I'm not kidding, it was over a week before he finally brought up meeting in person. Truth be told, the only reason I let it go on that long, the only reason I kept even responding to his messages at all, was because I wasn't talking to anybody else. And I was just rolling with it and like, okay, well, whatever, I'll just see where this goes. And I did really like him before he even messaged me, so I kind of want to see. And then we went out and we met for a drink, and there was nothing there. He was a very nice guy. All the guys I go out with are all amazing, really great guys, but there was no, you know, vibing chemistry thing happening there. Still had a nice conversation. Again, nice guy, but I wasn't interested, and I could have saved so much time. There was no need to go back and forth on email so much. We could have gone back and forth a couple of times, went out and knew that, and saved ourselves 4 or 5 messages. That's my point. Because you don't really know if you're gonna like somebody until you meet them in person. So many times I've gone out on dates with somebody who I was like, oh, this guy seems really nice. I'm super excited to meet him. I think we'll really get along. And then I show up and we talk for a couple minutes and I'm like, again, all great guys, they just weren't the guy for me. And then the guy in that case obviously felt the same way about me because I never heard from him again either. So he felt the same thing as I did. So hopefully he learned next time, ask the girl a little bit sooner and cut to the nitty-gritty a little bit faster. So in my friend's case, was newer to online dating. She was married for a really long time. This was her first time in like 20 years, like many of you, I'm sure, entering into the online dating world. And she started messaging with this guy who she thought was super cute, and she really wanted to go out on a date with him. His messages to her were so flat and boring. She had to pull teeth to get the conversation going. This was in the summertime, and she would message him, hey, you know, it's been such a great, lovely summer. It's so much fun to get outdoors. What kinds of things do you like to do? And then he would answer it, like, I like to go golfing, fishing, kayaking, hiking. And then that was it. He didn't ask her anything about herself. Oh, that's really great. What do you do for work? I design patios and retaining walls. Okay. So she's sending me the screenshots of these messages. She's like, what should I say to this guy? And I'm like, if it were me, I would have been done. I wouldn't have bothered to keep it going because I want somebody who's interested in me, and I'll know that they're interested in me if they're asking me questions about myself. This guy wasn't really all that interested. He either wasn't interested in her or he wasn't really interested in dating to begin with. But she wanted to go out with him because more than just wanting to go out with him, she wanted to go out with somebody. She wanted to start dating and have that experience of meeting like a stranger and having a drink and see how it goes. So she's like, what do I say? I want to go out with this guy. I'm like, well, then just ask him. Say, hey, do you want to take this conversation offline? And that's exactly what she did. And then he responded right away, like, yeah, that sounds great. They made plans. They went out. If you want to know what happened, he ended up complaining about his ex-wife the whole time. And again, he still wasn't asking her any questions about herself. She was driving the conversation, trying to get him talk, trying to offer information about herself that maybe he might be interested in knowing. The way he was in his text messaging kind of was the same as he was in real life. The fact that he was complaining about his ex-wife the whole time probably means he wasn't ready to be dating yet. That's a whole other topic. But if you do come across somebody like that, you know, that's first date no 101. Don't talk about your ex. Be you. Be who you want to be. And engage with the person that you're with in the moment. Be in the moment when you're out on these dates, even if it's a complete fizzle. Be in the moment. Enjoy it, because there's so many other things that you can get out of going out on a date with somebody than just meeting the love of your life. Obviously, that's the end goal. That's exactly what you're looking for and what you want. But if you meet somebody and that's not what you're getting, then find other things to take away from it, like confidence, or, you know, learning something that like you thought you wanted, but you realize, oh, maybe I don't want that because of something that they said or did. So those are our stories, and I hope they were helpful with you in making, you know, choices along the way about how and when to ask somebody out. Again, just do it. And if you are nervous about the other person and their comfort level, then just put that just kind of disclaimer in your message, like, hey, I really enjoyed having a conversation with you. If you're ready, if you're comfortable, let's go out. If not, I don't mind messaging back and forth for a little bit longer. And then if you message back and forth again for a couple more days or for a little while, whatever that time frame is, and then you ask that person out again and they're still not engaging and saying yes to that, then you can decide what to do. Either keep messaging or you just give up. That's up to you. I'd give up. That's what I would end up doing. I don't have time to mess around with somebody. I want to just get it done. I want to just go out and meet a person and find out if we click. Because the only way you're really gonna ever know is if you do that. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments. I would love to have a chat with you and talk about anything that as it relates to online dating or dating in general or relationships. That's what I'm here for. I am a resource. I am a wealth of knowledge. I've had a lot of my own experiences, and that's where all of my thoughts and insights come from. Feel free to ask. That's exactly what I'm here for. All right, you guys, as always, have fun and happy dating. Bye.